You know, it was like ice cream. Let's do it.
Yeah.
There was no extensive research. I went on Pinterest to see different shakes, you know?
Right.
I'll give you a shake.
I had $1 and a dream, baby. And I'm like, all right.
What you got? What do you want? Restaurant Punk.
Restaurant Punk.
Wow, that was really deep, Nick.
I was going to start at your energy, but then
I was like, he was like, Restaurant
Well,
Punk.
we started to match Noelle. I don't know what happened.
that got messy.
Let me see that pong. Are you gonna eat that cornbread?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. What's up, guys?
No, what's going
I
on?
have a good one today.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's about your folders in your phone. Just kidding.
Stop. It's an inside joke.
Inside joke. So we are at the coming near the end of the season, right? Mm-hmm. We have all these restaurants and other things we were working on, but now it's time to pivot and change something around to make it better. Not make it better, but
We're talking about our new concepts,
our new
correct?
concept. Yeah, no,
Okay.
we're not talking about the ones that have been here for so long. The George's places that have been around since 1968. What? We are talking about the YB brunch. We are talking about Prohibition Creamery. We are talking about the Kitchenette Brine, making more efficient. We're talking about pivoting your restaurant to make it better in the long term.
Yeah.
And go.
So I think that it's really important to sit down and evaluate everything that's been going on in your establishment. Try to look at things from a clear perspective, because it's always hard evaluating yourself, because you never want to like look at your own faults and look at the negative things about yourself and be like, you don't like those are uncomfortable things to acknowledge.
Well, yeah,
right?
because you have that chef that's in there that is so gun-ho on his way sometimes. He just needs to take a breath, which I do appreciate your chef.
Right.
He's one of my favorites. I know he's something else, but I love him a lot. So
absolutely.
Yeah, and I think it's just taking the time, like especially with a new business, and studying like how the first season goes, and just watching like, okay, we're great in these areas, but this is where we're lacking.
I mean,
And like what we, now that things have slowed down, we have the time to implement changes and improvements and stuff. Because when it's going at 1,000,000 miles per hour on season, it's hard to like stop and make such large adjustments to things.
Absolutely.
Because then that can really throw a wrench in just the way things are flowing at the moment. But taking the time when it's, a little bit slower, we can reset. And I know even for Prohibition, it was, first of all, it's our first establishment that's ice cream dessert only.
no food, only dessert.
Yeah, only dessert.
We don't count the campgrounds because we have the kitchen over there. But
but it's the first, establishment that we have that is strictly just desserts. And we've opened how many restaurants, but this one has been a wild experience because nobody has experience in it.
Yeah,
we're all
it's
learning.
way out of our comfort zone.
We're going or learning as we go. And, we were like, all right, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to do something funky. We're going to do something exclusive. And then all of a sudden it turns into, okay, that's a little too much for this town, I think. Like right off the initial bat, especially when nothing has been there for a while, right?
Well, there has been generic ice cream places that we're talking about. We were trying to take you guys are taking a concept and making it, as we do it, ridiculously, unbelievably, out of this world, insane.
And I think that we were just like a little bit, I don't know, we projected it to be way more successful doing just that and keeping a limited menu and doing insane product and everything, and realizing that the demographic maybe in our area wasn't ready for that shell shock. And
but that's part of like looking at, like your own, not ego, but I mean like you come up with a concept and it's like you feel passionate about something and then you see that it's not working. So you have to look at everything and be like, okay, how can I correct these issues that aren't working and how can I make it work?
And how can we just get people in? Like we started doing the, happy hours, and then we started doing, one
happy
free
hour with ice cream.
Yeah, like, you come in, buy one shake, get the other one half off. And
shakes.
we were only doing shakes. And then as we were there and as I was, working it, everybody was coming in and they were asking, do you have scooped ice cream?
Yeah.
Do you have this flavor? And we had a very basic kind of, not basic, but outrageous setup to where we didn't have your basic flavors.
Right. Well, that's what they want the normal one scoops with Jimmy's.
Yeah, and especially because we're in a convenient spot for a lot of people, right? To where they could just walk from their house and come and get it. And we were giving them these huge products that was hard, and we didn't have seating.
No.
So it's hard to give these ginormous shakes and these big sundaes and not give anybody an opportunity to sit down and actually enjoy the space and eat it. Right. So because, our two businesses are connected, we decided to pivot and take some seating away from our one profitable restaurant and then, add some seating to our restaurant that needs an adjustment. Like right now it's just, as a business owner, and it's a humbling experience and I have to like humiliate myself. It's not at all where it should be. It needs to be fixed. It's not functional right now the way that, we started it up because we've never done it before.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a tough one.
It was like ice cream. Let's do it.
Yeah.
There was no extensive research. I went on Pinterest to see different shakes,
Right.
I'll give you a shake.
I had $1 and a dream, baby. And I'm like, all right, let me fix this immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, you started off with this idea, right? And you had to try it. It was something that you had to try. You had to see exactly what it was going to do. Was it going to work? How would it work? Because you didn't have the experience.
Yeah.
In it. And you went out and you tried.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's...
I tried and drowned and now I'm floating back to the
That's
kiddie
the
side.
beauty of our group, though, is because we never give up. Like,
Right.
we will
Yes.
find a way to make it work. And that's what's so crazy because we have all been in the restaurant business for a very long time, even as a server or as a busser or now as owners in our life. We have people in our group have been in our restaurant group that says, all right, well, they'll sit back and they won't say anything until they need to say something.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to YB's brunch, when it comes to
Right.
Brian's kitchen setup, where I'm paying way too much, where I'm doing these astronomical numbers and I'm just paying an arm and leg and I need to fix it. So now I'm pivoting with Pete to make the kitchen more efficient, to lose 2 people
Sure.
because I'm doing the numbers that Vintage is doing and he only runs with 3 people.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's insane. But it's beautiful.
Right.
So now we're going to pivot our time now to make the kitchen more efficient.
Maximize.
And make some money.
And cost,
And
cost less for
yeah,
you.
you know what I'm saying? It's
Because it's possible. It's completely possible. But also you jumped into a massive kitchen to where almost it's like, what do we do with this space?
We have
How
no-
many people can we fit in this space,
we had no idea what it's been.
and how to function it.
Yeah, so we could sit there and we'll sit back and we'll be stubborn when it comes to the brunch, when it comes to the ice cream, when it comes to the kitchen. And now it's time like, all right, let's change it now.
Yeah.
Let's pivot. Let's listen to some of the elderly people in our group.
Well,
we won't
it's
say any
also-
names.
Right.
I think it's also different. Like if, let's say, one person in the group comes and pokes, as opposed to when multiple people in the group are like, hey,
Yeah.
let's talk about this. Let's have you thought about this? Or they, subtly ask the questions, how's it doing? Well, how's that going?
Yeah.
Well, how's this? And then you're like, okay, they're trying to hint at something. So I think it's very helpful. And dude, I couldn't even imagine doing this by myself. And I think about a
sure.
lot of people who are jumping into business by themselves again with $1 and a dream
Right.
and not having the
support.
support.
The support then.
And
Yeah.
I'm the baby of the group too. And so like I'm
You
very
are.
much, and I'm very much still in that phase. And I've
I'm
said
gonna call
it
her
to
Baby
Yanni.
Spice today. If you want to be my lover. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
My finger hurts. But it's one of those things to where, I don't know, I'm still young enough to be where I'm not too stubborn to look for mentors, to listen to advice. Like I've never done this before, but I feel like, a lot of people who are starting these things are doing it on their own and are too headstrong and they want to do it on their own because they want
Yeah.
to say they made it on their own. I don't give a flying how I make it as long as I make it.
Yeah.
And
At the
if
end
I
of the
can
day-
make it with a team, then hell yeah.
Right. Well, at the end of the
We
day,
all win.
something's either working or it isn't.
Yeah.
And you just have to readjust. Like we're working currently on our 3rd adjustment now for our morning time.
Yeah.
We tried one thing, didn't really work. We tried something else. It
Budged.
moved
Yeah.
an inch.
It been moved, but it didn't move though.
It
you know what I'm
didn't
saying?
really move. So now
So
we're
you
working
did a
on
half
the-
pivot. You just
Right.
did the piv.
Yeah.
You didn't do the old it yet.
You did
But
a
now
little
you're doing
shuffle.
I just like dip my foot in the pivoting.
So now you're
But-
full pivoting and
So now we're working on fully pivoting and changing the way that we do our morning time, and then hopefully that will.
I mean,
know,
but
be
even
the
look,
new
but look
thing.
at your
But even
dinners
at
though,
that-
so strong already.
Right.
In this last month and a half or so, can you imagine if your
Yeah.
breakfast or brunch or lunch
Yeah,
or
because to me, it's not just like relying on like that one good thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want it to be like a complete honed experience for our guests when they come in, so this way they can sit there and be like, oh, we went for brunch there. It was excellent. Oh, let's try dinner around. Oh, we went
Yeah.
for dinner.
Yes.
Now we should go back for brunch and see like what
And
that's
especially
like.
because like brunch is one of those things to where it's like, that's the first thing in your morning. That's your first meal. If you go and
Yeah.
have like a shitty brunch experience, it's
Yeah.
like, well, then why
Well,
would I
what's
want to
dinner
try
gonna be like?
a
Yeah,
nice
sure.
dinner,
Yeah.
So it really does have a ripple effect.
I thought Brian would be all about brunch, but man, it is full
Turns
dinner.
into
Like
dinner.
Well, because they never wait.
They've
They
all-
never had dinner there.
they never had dinner.
Yeah.
But their menu was very basic, simple. Like they wanted the 2 eggs, the toast, the hash browns, and the bacon, where I'm like, nah, let's go crazy.
Yeah.
Pancake tacos, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're so good.
So that's what but now I'm going to pivot and change the brunch menu a little bit to on it so it shows that it's on the menu. The problem is when they see the menu, some of the older generation says, well, what is this?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, do you have regular pancakes? Yes, sir. If we have pancake tacos, I can make you regular pancakes.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, can I just get poached eggs? Yes, sir. There's a Benedict on there. You can have poached eggs or you can have scrambled eggs. So that's where I'm just going to I'm not fully changing the menu around, but I'm going to put it a different wording on the bottom.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
Verbalize it differently
Yeah.
just to catch the eye.
just to catch your eye, because you know what? I'm okay with doing not a crazy brunch, just enough so that server can make some money.
Yeah.
But just enough so we can just kind of prep for dinner.
Yep.
Right.
So it's crazy pivoting. I love it.
Yeah.
I know. And I think it's so funny. I feel like you feel the pain. You're like, God, this isn't working. This sucks. And you keep on like, it's almost like you're pushing through, but like pushing it out, like trying to push it out of your head. And you feel like you're in a rut and it's draining. It's emotionally and like mentally draining.
Yeah, because
and then all of a sudden, like it takes so much to be like, okay, I'm going to pivot. And the second you decide to pivot, you're like, let's go. And you find this whole different burst of energy and like this whole different creativity. And I don't know, it just like sets a whole different tone. Like it's defeating and then you hit rock bottom and then all of a sudden like you
didn't hit
open
rock
your
bottom
eyes.
yet. You're still not there yet.
Oh, I know.
It's going to get worse.
I know.
I
don't think it could get too much worse.
It gets so much worse.
Don't tell me that.
I don't want to know it's going to be worse.
That's my Yanni laugh, by the way. It was terrible. Sorry.
Yeah, it was really
But it's
bad.
about, like you got to a certain point and you realized like it wasn't working for you.
Yeah.
So now you're going in and you're going to change it and it's going to be better. And if that doesn't work, then you'll go in and change it again. You're going to make that guest experience because that's what you really have that passion about. Being able to provide that experience for them.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new pivot. I'm not going to say what it is, but the new pivot for Prohibition. I think it's really crazy, but it's really fun.
I think I know it's gonna work out. I'm just putting that into
Get
the
that, girl.
Yeah.
universe.
All
All right. Well, great chat, guys.
See, that was fun.
Yeah.
And we're not even drunk yet.
Oh.
Man.
We just one too many people.
Did we get
Oh.
drunk on this?
You don't.
Did we get
Oh.
drunk
He
on this
hasn't
show?
gotten drunk on this.
Oh.
But that's also because I feel like depending on the time
Oh,
of year
God.
that we're filming is when we drink.
We have a good
So the drinks are getting ready to
The
Oh.
drinks
Oh.
drinks are coming.
Oh, so we
All
pivot
right.
with drinks.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
pivoting
we're
with
Pivoting
drinks.
with drinks. Okay,
The
cool.
drink that.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right, Restaurant Punk, we love you.
Out.
Out.
Okay.
I had it right in the shin. How'd that feel?
What you got? What do you want?